thank everyone for coming out. Thank you, thank you. Again, my name is B.L. Fraley. I'm here from Killeen. I'm a military brat originally from California. I went to Nolan Middle School, also went to Rancier Middle School and Killeen High, so I claim to be a root dog. So, that's actually where my story starts. It was when I was in 7th grade. My mom used to wake me up on Saturday mornings. If you was in 7th grade, you know what it is to be woke up on Saturday mornings. At 7 a.m. to drive all the way over to Comanche 3, to Comanche Chapel, to attend this goal setting course. All right, this course, it lasted from 8 to 10, but at 7th grade, it seemed like 8 until forever. I won't tell you what video games are out or what cartoons that I miss, but just know I missed the good ones, all right? So in this goal setting class, they taught us different techniques on finding what your goal is and how to achieve them more effectively, all right? And at the time, I didn't know that these same strategies and these same techniques would take me through middle school, high school, onto a full track scholarship to a Division I school, and ultimately to a 4-year track career with Nike as a professional sprinter, ranked 17 in the nation in 100 meter and 200, so your boy got wheels, all right? So it's not just about running, but it's about goal setting. So my goal today is to share with you some of those same techniques and those same strategies that I learned. So let's get into the presentation.
All right, peace.
All right, so I'm gonna ask a question, all right? I'm gonna take a few answers from the audience, but where's the richest place on earth? All right, you right here. Here, she says Killeen, Texas, Fort Hood. It says a great place. That's a good answer. How about you?
The graveyard.
She says a graveyard, okay? And that's actually right. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. All right, why is the graveyard the richest place? Because that's where you'll find the most people with the most goals that have not been written down or the most dreams that have not been pursued. So if you want to be your best you, I would suggest writing a goal, finding a goal, and aiming to achieve it. So we're going to talk about what a goal is, what to expect, and some tools to take along the journey with you. So what is a goal? The object of a person's ambition, effort, aim, or desire. I say it's your dream. Some people, whether you're young or you're older in age, it's always good to find a goal or have a goal. The way we find them is by 3 questions. Ask yourself, what do you want to experience in your life? The second question is, how do you want to grow? The third question is, how do you want to contribute to the world once you get there? And the way you can answer these questions should sound like, what would it look like if I had all the contacts I needed to reach my goal? Or if I practiced all the right routines and the right daily habits to reach my goal? Or if money and time was not an object in planning what my goal is? As a mentor I listen to and look up to, his name is Napoleon Hill, says, whatever the mind can conceive, believe, it can achieve. So I suggest when you pick your goal, pick one big. The reason why most goals don't last or the reason why most goals fail is because people mix up mean goals and end goals. A mean goal is one of the paths or choices you take to reach your end goal. And your end goal is the outcome you're unwilling to compromise or is exactly what you want out of your life. So an example of a mean goal would be a pay raise or money. Some people might say, I want $1 billion. Okay, cool. But with that $1 billion, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to help some people? What you want to do with that money is your end goal. Why? your why. It's going to motivate you. It's your driving force. As you see in the picture, it's a rose growing from concrete. Now, that's typically not where a rose grows from. But imagine the determination it takes for it to grow and fully blossom through concrete. Those are the same type of determination we need to achieve our goal. So your why is going to push you, it's going to motivate you. When things get tough, it's not going to allow you to quit on yourself. So let's talk about commitment. By show of hands, do we have any Dallas Cowboy fans in the building? Okay. How about the San Antonio Spurs? Okay. Or any sports team. So when I say fan, what I mean is you watch ESPN, the pregame, in the post show, you got the apparel, your favorite player, you have a jersey, you have the team hat. Some of us even have a room dedicated to our team in our house. All right? And how many people have jobs? Okay, good. So have you ever had to go to work and miss a child's event because of your work schedule? Have you ever had to go to work because you were sick? Okay. Those are the same type of commitments. So we all understand commitments from our sports teams to our jobs. But those are the same type of determination and commitments we need to commit to our own personal goals to achieve them. You have to stay motivated. You have to stay determined. What's commitment? It's staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood in which you said you were going to do it in has left. Write it down. There's power in writing it down. I can't explain the power. It's just there. But in life, there's systems and processes to everything you do. And the beginning part of that process or system starts with writing it down. It helps you keep track. Also, you save yourself time, money, and energy by writing it down, seeing the next move you're going to make, or even seeing why this move didn't work. Just keeping track, having it written down. In 1979, the Harvard School of Business, their MBA program population was polled over a question: who has goals and who have written the goals down? 3% of the population had goals. The other 13% of the population had goals but hadn't written them down. The other 84% of the population didn't have goals at all. 10 years later, that same population was polled. The 13% that had goals and did not write them down, they made an average of 2 times more than the people that didn't have goals at all. And the 3%, they made an average of 10 times more than the other 97%. So you see, that's just a demonstration of the power it is just by writing it down. And it also confirms your commitment to yourself. Just like when you go buy a car, you sign a contract. When you buy a house, you sign a contract. That's how you know it's yours. Same thing with writing your goal down. Your goal pyramid. All right, your goal pyramid is a structure we use to break our goals down. Here you would put your big goal, or your long-term goal, or your end goal. Then you would break it down to your means goals or your small-term goals. For example, while I was running track, one of my goals was to make the Olympic team. So that was my end goal. First, I needed a why. At the time when I was running and I made the commitment to track, my why is because I wanted to be on a world stage, I wanted to run fast, I wanted to rep my hometown with my best talent. So I chose the Olympics. Then my next goal was, what do I need to do to get there? I need to train, I need to work out, I need to make progress every day. Then I had to break it down to my eating habits so I could compete with the best. So once I broke down my eating habits, my training habits, then it broke down ultimately to I need to be at the track, I need to be giving 100% all the time. Even if it's just a little bit of progress, as long as it's moving forward versus moving backwards, I'm moving that much closer to my goal. The actions. We're going to talk about what we need to conquer to achieve our goals. We're going to talk about some lifestyle actions, some mentors, and as this slide shows, it's going to be a journey. A lot of us confuse the road to success with looking like a fork road. You choose right or left. When actually the road to success is through failure. It's not actually through failure. Failure is a part of success. Why is failure a part of success? Because in order to fail, that means you're trying. In order to try, that means you're gaining an experience. So once you gain that experience, you write it down. You already have it written down. After that experience, you go back, you make corrections, take some constructive criticism, and readjust your plan. So that way you can be more effective and better. So the two tasks we need to conquer. The first is ignorance. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge or the lack of experience. All right? So let's say when I set out to be a track star or to make the Olympic team, the first thing I done was, because I'm from Killeen, I went up the street to Waco and I looked up Michael Johnson. I read his story. I met with his coach. I even emailed, asked him for workouts. And okay, this is what it's going to take. I see he works out 7 days a week. And he's great. At this time, he had the world record. So that's what I'm patterning myself after. I need to find a way I could work out 7 days a week. Man, I tried it. I made it for 3 days. I was too sore. Coach, I need to take the 4th day off and then come back the 5th day. So I had to grow to that. But I had to find how can I work out 7 days a week. Remember when I talked about making those little steps to progress? I stayed at home. The days I was too sore, I did some push-ups. I did some sit-ups. I stretched. That helped me cover ground to getting that much better. Or like I used to tell myself, what is my #1 opponent doing right now? Is he at a family barbecue? Is he out partying at the club? It's Friday night. Oh, I know he's probably at the club. Let me get 10 push-ups in on him. Let me stretch a little bit more than he does. That way, when it comes time, I'm that much prepared. All right. Another thing is the University of YouTube, the University of Google. If used correctly, you can find out how to do anything from design websites to the correct running form to how to cook your favorite meal. All right? So just using those resources available to you gives you that much advantage over your field or gives you that much more momentum towards achieving your goal. The next is remain coachable, remain positive, remain humble. The biggest thing with ignorance is oftentimes we don't know what it is that is going to take to get to where we want to be. I didn't know what it took to be a world champion when I was looking at Michael Johnson until I read what he done. So I had to remain coachable because he had a coach in his book that was watching him run saying, you need to fix your arms. You need to pick up your knees. He wasn't saying, man, I'm a world record holder. You can't tell me how to run. He remained coachable, got help, because teamwork makes the dream work. The next thing is fear. F-E-A-R. False evidence appearing real. Now the thing I don't want us to confuse is fear and danger. Because danger is very real. If you see a pit bull running at you with white stuff coming from his mouth, sharp teeth, that's called danger. I would suggest you run as fast as you can. Fear is when I was a little boy, my mom used to tell me about the boogeyman under her bed. I thought there was one under my bed. My son thought there was one under his bed. So 3 generations of my family, we thought about a boogeyman. So we were scared to get up and go to the bathroom, scared to get up and go to the kitchen, when 3 generations I still haven't seen a boogeyman. That's fear, false evidence appearing real. And a lot of times in life, we let our fear keep us from achieving our goals. And our fear often comes from ourselves, from the voice in our head that says, man, you from Killeen, Texas. You'll never be on the world stage. Trust me, it's possible, very possible. But growing up, I didn't have nobody to look up to show me. So I had to find local research, Michael Johnson, someone close to me. I went to local colleges, even looked at the seniors on my high school track team when I was a freshman. What are they doing that they could do better, that they could be better at? Oh, he's the fastest guy on the team. We had to run 3 200s in practice. Well, while everybody's walking to the track room, I'm going to run one more so I can have one more up on them. All right? So we can't let our fears stop us from taking that first step. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Lifestyle. A lot of times we choose to be loyal to our surroundings. Oh man, Van, you from Killeen, man. You can't run track. You can't be on the big stage. Nobody from here is ever on the big stage. At that point, it gives me a choice. I can choose to accept that or not accept that. I chose not to. Focus on my research. Know if I put in the hard work. Know if I set my goal, if I write it down, I'm keeping track of my progress, then I can achieve it. Versus just buying into the mentality of my environment. Becoming the person you see yourself as. Just because you're not there don't mean you can't see yourself in that situation. You can visualize yourself as a pop star, as an actress, as an Olympic champion. You can visualize yourself as that, and that could be your GPS for your mind. It can guide you there. It can help you develop into the person you need to be. For example, when I was reading Michael Johnson's book, he talked about outworking his opponents. So that's why when my other teammates were walking to the track room, I went out and I did one more. Or everybody else was doing 10 reps in the weight room, I had to do 12. Becoming the success you see yourself as. Being number one. Truly understanding what it is to be the best. Truly understanding what it is you're setting out to be. All right? Now your thoughts become your words become your actions become your character, and your character is everything. So again, it all starts with your thoughts. You can choose to see yourself as an Olympic champion or just a good athlete in Killeen. That's your choice. And you can choose to act on that thought, to act as just a fast person from Killeen, or to act as an Olympic champion even though you're not there yet. So in closing, I would like you to remember 3 things. Commit to your goal, write it down, and don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. When you step outside of your comfort zone, that's when growth takes place. At this point, we're going to have a message from our sponsor, for one of our sponsors. They're going to come up and let you know what it is they're doing after a brief 3-minute intercession. Right.